Hi, I'm Chaminda Jasingha. I am a solicitor and migration agent with NEPCOM Services. We are based in 276 Pitt Street, Sydney, level 4. Today I wanted to do this short educational video about a topic that seems to confuse a lot of prospective migrants. I want to address the topic of skilled occupation list, because when you speak to a lot of prospective migrants, they are very unsure about what is the skilled occupation list and the concept of flagged occupations. So we thought we can clear out a lot of confusion if we can do a short educational video about the skilled occupation list and process adopted by the Australian government when reviewing the occupations listed in the skilled occupation list. What is the skilled occupation list? Skilled occupation list is a list published by the Department of Immigration that is used to list out or enumerate the skilled occupations that can be used for independent points tested migration. So skilled occupation list currently that was published in 2000 on the 1st of July 2016 currently has 183 occupations. So these are professions as well as trades, is a combination of the two. Any person who wishes to apply for skill independent visa or 189 visa will have to have an occupation that is listed in the skilled occupation list. It is the Department of Education and Training that is vested with the responsibility of making that list. The Department of Education and Training usually uses two steps when identifying an occupation to be included in the skilled occupation list. The first step that they are using is the time constraint or the test, which means basically that if it takes a long time to train a particular professional or a tradesman, then and there is a short term demand for that occupation, the Department of Education and Training will consider the inclusion of that profession or occupation in the skilled occupation list. And the second criteria that they are using is the short term and long term economic demand for that particular occupation. And the second category, when the Department of Education and Training evaluate the short term and long term need for a certain occupation, they may come to a realization that in fact there is an oversupply of certain professions in Australia. So therefore they will attempt to toggle or reconfigure the occupations that are mentioned in the skilled occupation list, and they can identify certain occupations to be removed after a review in the following year. Currently, in the list published between 2016 and 2017, there are 52 flagged occupations. This includes accountancy, management accountancy, tax accountancy, electronic engineering, civil engineering, medical laboratory scientist, solicitor, and to name some of the few occupations that are listed as flagged occupations. It does not mean that all the flagged occupations will be removed from the skilled occupation list in a review. For example, from 2014, there has been a demand of flagging of occupation of accountancy, but still year after year that occupation has remained in the skilled occupation list. The Department of Education and Training invites people or members of the community to provide information or their submissions about inclusion or exclusion of some occupations in the skilled occupation list. The invitation for comments concluded in November 2016 for a skilled occupation list that is going to be published on 1st July 2017. It is unlikely that we will see a major overhaul of the skilled occupation list like what we saw in 2012, where there was a massive purging of the skilled occupation list. This is because there are representations being made by higher educational bodies and members of the community and regional governments to include certain occupations in the skilled occupation list. So therefore, although it is not within our control or within our knowledge, we believe that we cannot expect a major overhaul of the skilled occupation list. Even if an occupation is in fact removed from the skilled occupation list, still that occupation may be remaining in the consolidated skilled occupation list. If an occupation is in fact remaining in the consolidated skilled occupation list, the option is still available for prospective migrants to apply for state nomination or employer nominated scheme if that occupation remains in the consolidated skilled occupation list. So therefore, in summary, what you must understand is that skilled occupation list is in fact published by the Australian Department of Education and Training. It is a scientific process of including or excluding occupation in the skilled occupation list, and there are certain occupations that are flagged. Those flagged occupations might or might not be excluded from the new skilled occupation list, due to be published on the 1st of July 2017. We have to wait and see. Even if a particular occupation is in fact removed from the skilled occupation list, still an option may remain if that occupation remains in the consolidated skilled occupation list, which is in fact published by the Department of Immigration and Border Protection. If you are interested in our educational videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please follow us on Facebook and our blog site. And if you have any query, please do not hesitate to drop us an email at info@nep